This is Phone Arena's video review of the HTC Imagio XV6975 available through Verizon Wireless. The Imagio is a relatively large smartphone and is bigger overall than the Touch Diamond or Touch Pro 2, but as you can see, it is not quite as thick. It comes with a large 3.6-inch WVGA touchscreen display with a zoom bar located at the bottom. There are also dedicated buttons for placing calls and accessing other menus. On the right side is the volume rocker, and on the back is the 5-megapixel camera and kickstand that can be used when watching videos. Underneath the battery cover is the microSD memory card slot. The HTC Imagio is the first Verizon smartphone to come with the updated Windows Mobile 6.5 Professional operating system. It is easier to use than the older 6.1 version. You can scroll up and down the list itself or use the select bar to move up and down. When going into a different setting, you can move side to side and then click to access that menu. Even though this is an improvement, most users will probably continue to go with the TouchFLO 3D user interface. Any HTC smartphone user will tell you the best part is the TouchFLO 3D user interface. Along the bottom you have a sliding menu bar to access the home screen, favorites, messaging, email, web browser, music player, calendar, photos and videos, weather, stocks, and settings. You can press on them separately or use the sliding icon to move back and forth. The home screen shows your current date and time as well as the weather and any missed alerts. When tapping on the time, you are taken into the world clock where you can access different times as well as up to 3 different alarms. In the favorites screen, you can add your most used contacts, flip through them, and be able to call them directly or send them a text message or email. Messaging shows you any standard text, picture, or video messages you've received. You can view them by scrolling up and down. You can also use the messaging screen to compose any message. This can be done in either portrait or landscape mode with the on-screen keyboard. You can also set up the phone to access all of your email accounts. It works well and has a nice interface. We also like that it can display HTML messages. The phone comes with an updated version of Mobile Internet Explorer, but we still prefer using Opera Mobile at this point. Web pages are properly rendered, and you can zoom in and out by double tapping or by using the zoom bar on the side for more precise zoom levels. The music player hasn't changed that much, and you can continue to use it while performing other tasks. Unfortunately, the music quality through the rear mono speaker isn't that great, so we'd recommend using 3.5mm wired earbuds or a stereo Bluetooth headset. In the calendar, you can scroll up and down a month at a time and select a specific date where you want to add an appointment. This is very useful, and multiple appointments can be added to each day. Saved pictures and videos can be viewed by either flicking through them or going to the specific album where you can scroll through all the pictures, can select one and have it go into full screen mode. Here you can go to the next picture by going side to side. The camera does a good job of taking 5-megapixel pictures outside during the day, but low light images have a tendency to turn out blurry, and it doesn't come with the flash. Videos can also be recorded at 640 by 480 VGA resolution. The weather screen is always fun to look at, as it shows animated icons for different parts of the world based on the current weather conditions. Going to the stock screen, you can add different stocks to show updates through Yahoo Finance. And in the settings, it shows the most commonly used options and settings for the phone, such as sounds, wallpaper, and communications, where in there you can make different adjustments to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Imagio is also the only Verizon smartphone to support the VCast Mobile TV service, which uses the Qualcomm FLO TV network. It starts off by showing videos in the normal 4:3 format, but you can enlarge it to take up the whole screen. There is an interactive program guide where you can scroll up and down, select a different channel to watch. Tuning only takes about 3 seconds. You can also change channels by scrolling up and down. We found that this is a nice time filler, but we can't see ourselves using this to watch full hour-long programs on it. Not to mention there's only a handful of channels. Thankfully, you can use the standard HTC media player to play back any of your own MPEG video files. Going into the Start menu, you can customize it with up to 30 links for your commonly used programs, or view all of the applications that are currently installed on the phone. Some of these include the Microsoft Mobile Office Suite, VZ Navigator, Visual Voicemail, and VCast Music and Video. The call quality was pretty good overall, but we did hear a slight hissing sound in the background, but it was only on our end. People that we called said that we sounded excellent, and almost as good as being on a traditional landline. Signal reception also performed well, as we had 3G coverage and didn't drop any calls. Overall, the HTC Imagio is one of the most feature-rich and highest-end smartphones we've seen released by Verizon this year, and is a nice replacement to the Touch Diamond. The only downside here is there's no physical keyboard, so for that you'd have to go with the Touch Pro 2. Please visit phonearena.com for our full review of the HTC Imagio XV6975, including pictures and 360-degree rotational views.